You wake up in Kruger and the air hits you differently. It's heavy with history, scented with possibility, and just humid enough to make you question if your hair will ever recover. It's a place where time bends, and this morning, Mishack, our guide, the oracle of all things wild and untamed, was ready to show us a symphony of life. In Kruger, the day doesn't begin, it erupts. The sun ignites the horizon, spilling gold across the savanna, and suddenly, you're in a world that feels ancient and alive, raw and untamed. We started our third day with the giraffes. Tall, graceful and faintly ridiculous, they glided through the trees, nibbling at leaves with an elegance that seemed impossible for something so awkwardly built. Their impossibly long necks swayed like pendulums as they stared at us with a mix of curiosity and judgment, their lashes batting as if they knew something we didn't. This is 7,500 square miles of wilderness where nature doesn't just exist, it reigns. Established in 1926, Kruger National Park isn't just a conservation success story, it's a living, breathing masterpiece. In Kruger, the days begin with a sunrise so extraordinary it feels like the earth is whispering a secret to you. It's golden, soft, and otherworldly, and it kicks off a rhythm of life that's as ancient as the park itself. Over 7,500 square miles of protected wilderness, home to nearly 150 mammal species, 500 bird species, and more untold wonders, Kruger is a masterpiece of biodiversity. But the lions, the lions. This wasn't just a sighting. This was theater. A pride sprawled out in the shade, golden and regal, basking in their effortless power. At first, everything seemed serene, paws stretched, tails flicking lazily, a scene of perfect harmony. But then the energy shifted. One lioness broke away from the group, circling the perimeter with purpose. Her eyes were sharp, her movements deliberate, and you could feel it. Something was off. Then the male lion emerged, at least one of them. He was enormous, his mane catching the sunlight like a crown. He walked towards us with slow, deliberate steps, each one a reminder of his dominance.
Come on, come up here, little guy.
It's just a sub-pattern, it's not big.
Closer. wonder what the skinny one is, because all of these are pretty full. Is the person inside or super skinny? Come on, Ryan. He's coming right. Come a little closer.
Let's play
Oh, the other one's green, by the way.
Oh, we just found something.
Oh, wow, that's big.
You can see that's a big hole.
It's carrying something.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Here's some meat.
It's a buffalo.
Oh, gosh, you put the mom a big name. I wonder what animal he's in.
Human.
Oh, really?
It's a sign of success.
Oh my gosh, he just got his teeth.
Yeah.
He's smiling.
It's showing that it's
He's like, yeah, I just...
the hyena over there.
Hyena? Oh, I see. Are they scavengers?
Yes. That's it. Hyenas are very good scavengers.
There, whoa, his teeth. Whoa. Got it. God. He's smiling. Where's the hyena?
When he stopped just meters away, he locked eyes with us, let out a roar that reverberated through the air, and then, because lions are nothing if not dramatic, flashed what could only be described as a grin. Teeth bare, his face almost playful, like he was swaying. Yeah, I'm the king. What of it?
Oh, that one's full. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Good boy.
That goes good.
Just a little more.
You might find that it has been days without having any meal. So the belly will go thinner.
Showing off for us.
They are very beautiful.
They're not little, again.
She's like, no, I don't want to go back to them.
They're boys, they're nasty.
Yeah.
So what is he doing?
Yeah, he did. Baboons, bringing their usual dose of chaos.
There's one in the tree up there. Just go.
They swung through the trees, squabbled over scraps, and occasionally paused to give us the kind of side eye usually reserved for bad dates. One sat on a rock, scratching its head like it was deep in philosophical thought.
Is that a man or a girl or a guy?
This one.
There's an elephant across the thing.
Oh yeah, there's an elephant.
There's a baby. Scratching its butt.
There's a little one over there. There's babies.
There's a baby.
It's not a baboon. It's a monkey.
Yeah, that one's just a regular.
Kruger isn't just about the big five, though they're undoubtedly its headliners. It's also about the smaller stories, the baboons bickering like a rowdy family reunion, the crocodiles lounging in the sun, and the hippos claiming their watery territories with noisy splashes. Even the giraffes, despite their size, remind you that everything here has its place.
A place to make your coffee.
Oh,
Sort of picnic style. But it's made for birders. You can come and it's quiet to watch birds. Off you go.
because this is our last evening here before going back to Joburg. Our guide brought us to Open Dam for tea as a surprise, and it's it's mostly for bird watchers. It's beautiful. Check this out. The riverbanks brought us more wonders. Hippos lounged in beautiful pools, their grunts echoing like territorial warnings, while crocodiles lay perfectly still their prehistoric forms blending seamlessly into the earth. It was a scene of quiet tension, a reminder of the delicate balance that governs life here. Did you know Kruger was once a hunting reserve? It took the vision of conservationists like Paul Kruger and countless others to transform it into the sanctuary that it is today. It is a place where humans chose preservation over destruction, where the wild is given the space to thrive, and it shows. Leopards, the elusive and solitary predators of Kruger National Park. They move with a grace that's unmatched, thriving in dense woodlands, riverine forests, and rocky outcrops. Each rosette on their coat tells a unique story, as individual as a fingerprint. We were lucky enough to follow this one for a while. A magnificent male, casually strolling down the main road. He didn't seem fazed by the cars flocking to him, cameras clicking in awe. He walked with a quiet confidence, his golden coat shimmering in the morning sun. He was so beautiful, and it was hard to look away. But these breathtaking creatures face challenges. Though Kruger offers them a sanctuary, leopards are classified as vulnerable globally. Outside these protected borders, they encounter habitat loss, human conflict, and even poaching. Here in Kruger National Park, they remind us of the wild and untamed beauty of Africa, a beauty that must be preserved. Every sighting of these iconic cats is a gift, a fleeting moment etched into a memory forever. And then, just when we thought the day couldn't get any better, we stumbled upon not one, but two ostriches. They strutted across the open plain, their long legs carrying them with an almost absurd confidence. Ostriches are relics from a time long gone, flightless yet fierce, capable of running up to 45 miles per hour. They look like they'd stepped out of a prehistoric painting, and yet here they were, under the vast Kruger sky, stealing the show in the most unexpected way.
During the day, the female will incubate the eggs, and at night, the male will incubate the eggs because they blend so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they can each do their job.
Yeah. So also the
elephants. A whole herd, massive, majestic, and unhurried, swaying rhythmically as they crossed our path. Big ones, babies, a cranky teenager or two. They moved with a kind of dignity that made traffic jams feel poetic. They moved as if the world would stop for them, and honestly, it probably should. One massive bull paused in the middle of the road, blocking our path, and gave us a look that said, "This is my house. You're just visiting, so you can wait." And wait we did. It's not just the wildlife that leaves its mark here. Between the meals that feel like celebrations, Amarula coffees that warm both body and spirit, and Mishack's incredible knowledge of his native land, Kruger is imprinting something on me. Something I can't fully describe, but I know I'll never be the same. Midday, we stopped for lunch at Rhino Post Safari Lodge, where we were invited for a tour. The lodge is pure magic, luxury seamlessly woven into the wild.
Vanira travel.
Okay. And in the day, enjoying Nora Rosa travels as well.
Yes.
From there, we visited Plains Camp, their glamping site where nature feels so close you could almost touch it. And it was here, by a water tower, that we saw them. Zebras and buffaloes side by side. The zebra's black and white stripes shimmered in the sunlight, creating the kind of optical illusion that makes predators hesitate. Buffaloes, meanwhile, stood like silent sentinels, massive, powerful, and utterly unbothered by the zebra's energy. Watching them together felt like witnessing some ancient, unspoken truce.
Wow, that's the big one you're talking about right there.
Back in through the gates. It's just such a feeling, you know, because it's like you leave the real world behind and you come back to the way that things were and how nature should be working. You don't have to worry about crime or accidents or any kind of stress, you know.
Here at Rhino Post Walking Safari in Kruger National Park with Ella. She's our IT tech expert. She's the one that makes sure everything works. Anyways, we just went around the tent, one of the tents. You come here, it's luxurious glamping. It's fabulous. What did you think of the tent, Ella?
100% better than the last one.
Can you say a little more?
You feel like you're outside, not inside.
But it's luxurious and you've got everything you could ever want.
You can barely see the fence.
There is an electric fence right behind here, so that's the only thing. But you know that you're safe, and at the same time, you have complete visual access to golden wildlife right in your backyard or front yard, however you want to consider it. This place is phenomenal. If I were to suggest a place to stay here in Kruger National Park between where I am right now, which is Kruger Untamed glamping, or this place, this is the place to come to, bar none.
Turn around, we're right here.
We're here.
And when he jumps with those big ones, the ones aligned with their body was the back. Yes,
The horns with what with their body?
will aligned on the back, just like this, so they cannot be disturbed by branches.
Yes, you're turning around, thank you.
He's posing. Seriously.
Yeah, now he's posing.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, I felt an overwhelmingly sense of gratitude, not just for this day, but for being invited by Vanira travel to experience it all. The sun rises, the sun sets, the way the air seems alive, it's all changing me in ways I did not expect. Kruger is more than a park. It's a reminder of what the world looks like when it's left to thrive, a place that teaches you to slow down, breathe deeply, and just be.